everybody, and welcome to another episode of Muzz and the Chefs. How the hell do we end up here? Episode number 13. Unlucky or lucky 13, depending on which country you come from.
I'm good with 13.
You like 13?
Good. Yeah, why not?
Because
I had a motorbike once, and that was the number plate was 13.
Okay.
Didn't fall off it.
So it depends which country you come from, apparently, whether 13 is considered bad or good.
Okay.
In France, it's good. Oh, hang on, it could be...
No, France is bad. That's where it came from.
Is it?
That's where...
No, it's Black Cats.
Philip.
So I fucked that up.
King Philip wiped out the Knights Templar on Friday the 13th. That's where it all comes from.
Yeah. So, if you could like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as well, that would be fantastic. Bell as well, that's a rhyme, I didn't know it.
There you go.
That's really very nice. So, if you could do that, it'd be fantastic. Leave us a comment, etc. You know, pass this on to your friends, that'd be nice too.
Disagree. Start an argument.
Yeah,
start an argument.
No one seems to want to argue with us.
I know.
Jesus, usually on the street, everyone wants to argue with us.
Yeah. I've come across it since one of these podcasts has caused me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
One of them has caused me a little. A little grief, shall we say?
Oh, okay. I won't ask.
You'd have
someone
a fair idea.
through work or just someone you know?
Oh, yeah, someone I know.
Someone you know. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So I actually did a little bit of fact checking this week. Nothing too. Only 3 fact checks. So we were talking about last week's episode was on refugees. So you were talking about the Muslim ban. Okay, there was no Muslim ban.
You corrected that there.
Yes, I did. But I'm using actual facts here. Look.
Oh God.
It's on the internet, so it must be true.
It must be true. It's on the internet like we are.
So Trump most recently issued a proclamation restricting certain nations: Iran, Libya, Somalia, Syria, Yemen, North Korea, from obtaining visas to travel to the US. Certain Venezuelan government officials and their families were also barred. So it wasn't a Muslim ban; it was certain countries.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's that one. Very quick, hold this one with you. Okay, so the next one was remember we were talking about the Muslim girl that got married in the Hunter region he was a 26-year-old Iranian fella.
Yep.
Apparently, she was 12. I was correct on that. She was 12 years of age. Not only was she 12 years of age, but when they actually examined her in Sydney at the hospital,
I don't want to know.
She had an ectopic pregnancy.
Wow.
So she was pregnant at 12 years of age, and she would have had a normal pregnancy, except it ended up being ectopic, so she lost it, which is probably in hindsight a good thing.
How does she go on and live the rest of her life? Do you know what I mean? How do you come back from something like that?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, she was an Arabic or Persian girl by descent, I assume, but I don't know. The other one, really quick one, was remember we were talking about the policy about bringing the children from Manus Island and that to Australia. That it seems to have died. When I Google this, it seems to have died down in the media a bit. But at the end of last year, not quite this time last year, but ScoMo was talking about it then. Okay. So I don't know if that's been implemented or not. The whole media seems to have gone very quiet on this issue.
Well, there's that whole Tamil family at the moment.
Yes.
That's stuck in Darwin. Waiting to see what's going to happen.
I don't know much about that. What's going on with that?
The media saying they're giving ScoMo a hard time, going, the Christian thing to do is to let the people stay.
Yeah.
And he's going, well, it's not about Christian, it's about the law of the land.
Thank you.
So he's contradicting himself there. Anyway, they should.
And I read just very briefly this morning, someone brought up something about his religion, like his actual religion, not the sect of his religion.
Yeah, they're just saying, if you claim to be a Christian, how can you possibly send these people back? And he's going to.
Yeah.
Because he's a fucker.
Anyway. So,
your turn.
It is my turn this week. Now, I've got 2 topics in mind. And
we're doing the coin again, are we?
But I'm going to have to use my phone.
Can I throw it?
Which is heads, which is tails. I'll just do a quick flip.
I'll go the screen side up.
Screen side up. So that'll be the topic we do. No, hang on. Okay.
Oh, work your shit
No,
out.
I'm working. Okay. All right. Okay. So.
Cool.
Okay. This week's topic from me is the monarchy. Do we?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Do we need it?
No, we don't. Let's move on.
No.
Wow.
What?
Do you know what she did this week?
She did. Who's she?
The Queen.
The Queen. What did she do?
Well, Boris Johnson has gone, let's close Parliament for an extra 3 weeks so we can't argue Brexit and get the fuck out. And we'll just say the Queen said so. And he went to the Queen and she said, okay, close it. So they're closing the English Parliament so they can't debate Brexit. And she said, okay.
Is that really true?
Yep.
I haven't looked into this very much.
But besides her just being an absolute weapon of mass destruction, literally, they where. I don't know where to start. I literally do not know where to start.
With the monarchy as a
the
whole.
monarchy as a whole, like the corporation that is the monarchy.
And it is a corporation. Absolutely. And this is one of the things that so many people don't realise, and when you say it, they get all puppy. What is that word?
I don't know. If we can make up facts, we can make up words.
Yeah. But they get all hot under the collar, and they get all, particularly people who are conservative leaning, and and for God knows what reason, like the monarchy in this country. I'm not talking about in the UK. People get very defensive about these fuckers, and it's why are you being defensive about these privileged motherfuckers? You
had a referendum and decided to keep them.
I know.
I was here for that, and I'm like, what? How did this just happen?
Yeah.
Because no matter whether you like them or you don't like them, what they stand for and what they do and how privileged they are is just, it's beyond a joke. They should just open the door. How many rooms are vacant in that place? What is it called? Buckingham Palace. How many rooms are vacant?
Yeah, you got Buckingham Palace or Windsor Castle.
Yeah. And how the crown jewels.
Oh, I was disgusted.
Liquidate them. Pay for homeless people. Pay for your education system. Pay for your medical system.
Yeah.
Pay for something.
So this is one podcast where we're just going to spend the whole time agreeing with each other because we both dislike them. But
I don't like any of them. I don't like the new breed either because I feel like they're using social media.
They're the Kardashians.
Yeah.
And when you say that to people, go, "What do you mean?" Well, they're just media hogs, just like the Kardashians. If they went in your face every 5 minutes, when I was sitting in the waiting room yesterday at the doctor's, what came on the news? Fucking royals, and it's like, who cares about this shit?
Well, obviously, people in this country do. Obviously they do.
What reason?
I don't know. You voted to keep these people as part of your system.
Include me in this because I voted against it. I voted to get rid of them.
Either way, the majority of people said you were wrong, and they won.
It's not about being wrong or right. It's their opinion where we
should
keep it or not.
That was a wrong or right decision. Keeping them was very, very wrong.
Well, I just don't think it's very relevant.
Did they kill Diana?
Oh.
Did they kill her or did they not kill her?
To me, I remember when that happened, and when was that?
2000s, I think.
No, it was earlier.
It was earlier in the 2000s. It was in the 90s sometime.
Yeah, it was in the late 90s.
About 15 years ago.
I've been longer than that then. But I do remember that when that happened, and there's that little thing, and you just goes, wait a minute. And I didn't follow any of that stuff back then. I wasn't really interested in politics or anything, and I just went, I fucking smell a rat here.
Yeah,
in a serious way. Because I didn't mind her.
A massive. Oh, you see, you didn't know.
I didn't mind her because she wasn't. She was brought in and she was treated like shit by them, and I think she's a victim.
She could have said no.
Yeah, she could have said no.
She could have gone, fuck you, the royal family, don't want a bar of it. But no, she went in.
She could have, I suppose. But I just don't think she was a bad person. That's all I'll say. I don't think she was a bad person. She tried to do a lot of good, particularly when they got rid of her.
But they all tried to do good. Because that's true. Just selling their brand.
Yeah, true.
I'm going to Somalia to look after kids with landmines. But this was after she wasn't
a royal anymore. I mean...
You're never not a royal anymore.
Do you think so?
No, I don't think. The only one they did get rid of quickly and quietly was Sarah Ferguson.
Yeah.
She kind of went, toe sucking, we won't be having that. Off you go.
What a fucking revolting thought.
You'd want to be clean, wouldn't you?
Oh, I don't want to think about it.
Toe jam. Toe jam. Can vegans eat toe jam? All right, sorry.
Oh, God.
Off subject really quickly.
No, well, yeah.
But the new guy.
Are they
gonna? Is Charles ever gonna get to be king? Or are they gonna skip him?
Oh God, no! See, he's the one I hate the most.
Why?
Hate's a strong word. Dislike intensely. I just don't like him. I don't like that guy.
Why? What did he do? What did he say?
It's nothing that he did not say. It's just the way he walks around like this.
That's just the way he's brought up. I can't believe I'm fucking defending Prince Charles. That didn't happen.
It's just an absolute... The whole thing is an absolute joke as far as I'm concerned.
They're an inbred German family.
Were they the Van Battens or whatever? I can't remember what they're called.
Mountbatten.
Lord
Mountbatten.
That's probably
no,
right.
it is Lord Mountbatten.
Yeah, there was the one that blew up.
Yeah,
the IRA blew up.
Yep.
Well, how the fuck did they stop there?
Oh, I don't think it was a choice. I don't think they went right. That's one. I think it was kind of like security was kind of intensified around the royal family after that, especially in the Emerald Isle.
But it is
the Queen came to Dublin not so long ago. First time I think it was the first time she's ever been there.
Ever?
Yeah.
Really?
They're not real popular.
I would imagine they would be.
So, yeah, they
but the thing is, I mean, out here, I don't understand the love that people have from it. And I remember a few years ago, and it was just one of those, and this was going back, so when did is it William? William got married to, what's her face?
Which one's William?
William's, is he the older one? The older one of Charles and Diana's
Who's
children?
the guy dressed up like a Nazi?
That was Harry, Prince Harry.
He's younger.
Yeah, he's the younger one.
Yeah.
So the older one. So when the older one got married a few years ago, or wherever long it was.
So that's Kate.
Kate Middleton, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
is she Australian? No. Oh no, that's the Danish girl. Go on. Sorry.
No, she's Australian. But when that happened, I just happened to be at a gig, just sitting there, and it came on the TV. And on my Facebook, I just wrote an off-the-cuff comment, something along the lines of, "Fucking Royals, fuck, I hate them," or something along those lines.
Something subtle.
Something subtle, yeah, something, yeah, just
subtle. You're beating around the bush like you normally do.
Yeah, and the tirade of abuse and shit that I copped for saying that on my own Facebook page, I couldn't believe how many people were defending them. And I was trying to make arguments, things along the lines of, okay, why do they deserve your respect? Why do they deserve anything that you hold for these people when they've... And I said, ask yourself, what have these fucking billionaires done for you ever? For you. Ever. Nothing. That's what they've done. Fuck all. Nothing. They make the argument about, when any head of state comes to Australia, we pay for it, and that's true.
Hold on, can I just want to?
Yeah.
Do I need to stay, or are you just gonna... Go ahead.
But I've lost my train of thought now. But
any head of state you wear, any head of state.
But any head of state that comes to Australia, we pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay. For as far as I'm concerned, that's the Prime Minister of Great Britain, or the President of Ireland.
Let's not go down that road.
I wasn't going to go down that road. But any head of state, whether it's Trump, whether the President of the US, the President of fucking Germany, it doesn't matter. We pay for them.
Well, they're saying Trump might come
to Australia.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you hear that?
That'll be an interesting week.
Lock and load. Lock and load.
I can hear the blood banks, stocking up right now. The bleeding out lefties will need a fucking transfusion when he comes over. Anyway, but no, I don't. As an Australian and you being an Irishman, I guess we don't see the. I mean, a lot of Australians do see the relevance.
But you're in the minority.
I don't see. I don't think I'm in the minority anymore. I think.
So, do you think we could get another referendum? Do you think there could be another referendum?
Look, see, the problem with referendums and plebiscites, like we did with the gay marriage bill, which just went through automatically.
That shouldn't even be debated.
Well, I guess they go, well, it costs us money to do this shit. Why do we want to spend money on this shit when it really doesn't matter? Well, it really doesn't matter. Just fucking abolish them altogether.
Yep.
Isn't it? If they're already irrelevant.
Who do we write to?
Your local member of parliament.
Well, I don't have one. I'm not a citizen. So.
Not either. You don't vote.
No.
Oh. So... yeah, it'd have to be someone like that.
I find them an incredible waste of money. I hate the organisation they stand for. I find...
and irrelevant in this day and age.
The media around them, the media scrum around them is absolutely ridiculous. One of them does one thing and that's it. Alright, so I'm not a fan. But the youngest guy did the thing with the Invictor's game, where all the... people who'd been in Afghanistan and wars that had lost limbs and legs got to compete in an Olympics type thing.
Oh, okay.
Invictorous Games or something. I can't remember what it was called. But he was the host. That was in Australia.
Okay.
And that was...
This is Harry?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's not really royal.
You think he's the bastard child of...
his mother wasn't royal.
No, she wasn't royal. No.
And his father's not Charles. Let's be honest.
I'll tell you what, that when you see that picture of the profile of both of them together, who's the... I can't remember the name of the guy who they reckon... the dad.
Some captain.
Yeah, he was in the army or something. God, they are very similar.
Hewitt? Hewitson?
But yeah, very, very similar looking.
But they've just bred again. Like there's a whole new generation coming through.
Well, they need new DNA into the whole pool because, like you already stated, they're bloody inbred. Yep. And that's what Diana used to call herself. She used to call herself the Royal Brood Mare. Because she was brought in to put new fucking genes into the pool because they're starting to fucking...
Here's a question for you.
Starting to look a bit fucking cross-eyed.
A little off subject, but can be kind of relevant. The story that Jack the Ripper was part of the royal family.
Yeah, I've heard that. There's lots of theories about Jack the Ripper, but I don't know if I believe any of them.
Do you know the theory of the royal family one?
Vaguely, but remind me.
No, I was asking.
Oh, you're asking me to tell you? Yeah, he was some member of the royal family. That's why it was hushed up.
So he was the backward one that they kept locked up in the back shed. They just let him out with a chainsaw and a hacksaw every now and again. Go and kill some prostitutes.
Surgeon's kit.
Yeah. Remove a kidney. We'll sell it. Philip needs a new one.
Look, I don't know.
Because he was a lot. Do you reckon Philip's a vampire?
Prince Philip.
Yeah. How old is he now?
He's a fucking lunatic. And I know he's like in his 80s or fucking 90 or wherever he is.
He's got to be 100.
But he's the most racist motherfucker on the planet. You know, and everyone just ignores the shit that he says. And that's why I remember last year or year before they came in and said, oh yes, Prince Philip is retiring from public life. I was like, yeah, because he can't keep his fucking trap shut in this politically correct world we fucking live in. Or he said, Danny Boy.
Yes.
The Scottish comedian whose mum or his dad was Indian. So he's part Scottish, part Indian.
He'd be all British, though.
But Prince Philip said something along the lines about him saying, oh, he sounds Scottish, but he looks like a bloody Indian. That's what he said about him. And it's like, I mean, there's been so many racist comments that he's made over the years and gotten away with it because he's a fucking royal.
He rolled his Land Rover there. Was that last year, the year before?
Yeah, he's probably got fucking dementia or something.
He was probably chasing
Good
peasants.
riddance to him.
He was probably chasing peasants on the land trying to poach his grouse.
I don't know how true a lot of it is, but they tie him back to Nazi Germany and all sorts of stuff. So, he's a racist motherfucker and good riddance to him. And she's good riddance to all of them.
She's a lizard woman.
Oh, couldn't have David Icke.
Yeah. Apparently she blinks sideways, not up and down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Well, there's one photograph, I think it's on David Icke's site, of her and her eyes move the sideways blink in it. And you just go, yeah, what a load of bollocks. Yeah. Like, as much as I hate her and I'd love her to be a lizard person, I don't actually think she is.
I don't actually think she is. But I think we need to get back to the point of relevance with these people.
There is no relevance.
Exactly. And I think... what's the other big royal family? You got the Saudi royal family; they're very big, but see, they still. Look, I shouldn't talk about them because I don't know enough.
Because you'll get killed.
No, I don't give a fuck. I'll say anything. But that's not my point. The point is that I don't know enough about the Saudi royal family to comment on, and I probably don't know enough about the Danish either. But
the only reason you know about the Danish is because they married an Australian girl.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't even know they were a monarchy.
Yeah.
The other big mob is Monaco. That's because they're like gazillionaires.
Yeah.
Did you know to move to Monaco, you have to put $1 million or euro, whatever their currency is, in the bank before you can move in?
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, we ain't having no homeless refugees here. Give us your millionaires.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
but in terms of relevance, I just don't understand the relevance.
The vacuum they would leave. The vacuum they would leave.
There's no fucking vacuum.
What would it be filled with? You think about all the magazines that have got pictures.
Yeah, it's not because they make money out of selling fucking stupid stories about it.
Yeah, but
bored housewives sitting around reading Woman's Weekly.
Who would they replace it with?
They don't need to be replaced. Just fucking abolish them.
And like I'm saying, who would the magazines replace? If they're chasing, they chase Diana around and they chase the new guys around, who would they chase instead? And how do we make it go away? Because I really want to know. If anybody's got the answer to that question, how we make them go away, please... and leave a comment.
I was so surprised, as I mentioned earlier, about that Facebook page, from my Facebook status all those years ago. It was amazing the loyalty that, and this is strange, this isn't even people from the UK, that have towards these people. And you go, why? Is it because it's been drummed into you from a young age?
No, I think all of it's got to do with your defence forces as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's very ingrained in them too.
Yeah, because they fight with... It's your biggest ally, and you fight with them, and you've got the same systems. It's like the RAF or the RAF out here. It's all royal based, and so is your Navy and the
Royal Navy.
Yeah, it's all based in the same not constitution, but that mindset.
It's the same tradition.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
So I think a lot of those people would feel aggrieved with the removal. What would, you'd have to be the Royal Navy? Does it still stay the Royal Navy, or does it just become the Australian Navy?
Well, why can't it just be the Australian Navy? Why can't it be the Australian Army?
Yeah.
Why can't it just be that?
But then I'm
a Republican.
But yes, you are.
Absolutely.
But you'd lose. Those people would feel like they've lost all their history.
No, but history is history.
But
history is still there.
Like you think about Vets Day or Anzac Day or something like that, and they would feel like they've lost a part.
But I don't agree with that. See, and I do go to nearly every Anzac. Actually, last year I did. This year I didn't go. It's probably the first year in a few years that I hadn't been. And again, I don't go there because of the royalty. I don't go there because of I believe that wars are good things. I go to those because I actually respect the guys who put themselves in the mates that put themselves in harm's way with each other. It's the mateship thing that I kind of understand. It's not about supporting wars or supporting that kind of thing. It's more for these guys that put their lives on, in danger for
your freedom
for us, and not so much in World War One, but certainly in World War Two, particularly in the Pacific and Papua New Guinea and stuff like that. I mean, we were really threatened then. But anyway, we digress.
Oh wow!
Relevance.
How unusual we digress.
Relevance of these motherfuckers. Can someone tell me? Come on, tell me down the bottom here. Tell me, because I can't see it.
They're an entertainment. They're as you said earlier. They're Kardashians. Yeah,
they're Kardashians. They're a product.
I would love to see. You remember who was the first guy? Ozzy Osbourne. Do you remember At Home with the Osbournes? And he was just wandering around going, Sharon!
I never watched it.
I'd love to see one with Prince Philip just going, what's her name? Elizabeth! Lizzie! Where's the remote, Lizzie?
Keeping up with the Windsors.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Would you?
Fuck, I would. Just that. But everybody wants that glimpse. Everybody wants to see inside. There's like a whole mystery. They're all wrapped up in this magical powdery stuff that, they might come in. It's like, I reckon the Queen thinks the entire world smells like fresh paint.
Oh yeah, that's a Billy Connolly joke.
Everywhere she goes, 20 metres out, painting the fucking wall in front of her.
Yeah. It's just, I don't
think they're relevant at all. They become ambassadors for a cause. That seems to be the way they're going.
But this is what I love about, particularly the royal family, that Prince Philip and I think maybe also Prince Charles are big advocates of the WWF, so the World Wildlife Fund.
I thought you meant the wrestling.
No. World Wildlife Fund. But then they go out and have fucking fox shoots. Yeah. Fox hunts and shit. And you go, what the fuck? If you're an animal advocate, why don't you just not do it?
Shoot grouse.
It's again like the Al Gore, thing.
Let's not go down the climate change thing because we're going to fucking disagree.
Let's walk the walk. If you say you're here for the animals, be here for the animals. That includes all animals. You know what I mean? It's hypocrisy. And you know how fucking we can't stand hypocrisy.
No, we can't.
We've never been hypocrites ever.
Did you see the zoo in Berlin? The panda gave birth to two pandas, baby pandas this morning.
That's awesome.
And they only they've got a window of 35 hours.
Wow.
You've got to get her pregnant in 35 hours.
Artificial insemination or?
I don't know. Kind of touchy. There we go. Anyway, I don't know how we got to fucking pandas.
How long are we going to be? Anyway, we're running out of time really quickly. So,
really?
We're already at 23 minutes. So,
I don't know the relevance. I know they champion charity causes, but anybody with half a decent soul would do that.
I've got a friend of mine, and I won't mention his name, but he spent time in the armed forces, and he's a monarchist. He's not a full-on monarchist anymore, actually.
But that seems to be the route. If you go into the armed forces, you become a monarchist.
Seems to be drummed into you.
So the major medal you get's the Victorian, isn't it?
The Victoria Cross, yeah. But he was saying, to me, it's like they're just figureheads. They're just someone to look up to. It's like, excuse me. Oh dear. We need figureheads, and I was as an Australian, I just go, well, do we? Do we need figureheads? Do we? I mean, fuck. You think. Why look it up to these pack of fucking inbreds for guidance? Like, I mean, who gives a rat's? And doesn't the Prime Minister of the UK...
You could say the same thing about your sporting stars. People look up to your sporting stars and you go, why?
But what annoys me, and I think...
I know what annoys you.
But what annoys me is that these fuckers do their best to stop any criticism of them. Prime Ministers and Presidents and other world leaders, they are criticised for what they do. But I know when maybe the last two royal weddings, none of the footage could be used, and it was plainly stated that could not be used for satirical purposes. So no one could take the footage and then take the piss out of it.
Okay, can we get some of the footage? I'll fucking happily do that.
Because when I was watching Jon Stewart back then at the time, and he said,
he was good.
Yeah, he was good. And he said, we can't use any footage of the royal wedding because they've put all these restrictions on it, blah blah blah. So they made their own animated version of it, which was really funny. But that kind of one of the things that people say is things along the lines of, if you want to know who your rulers are, ask yourself who you can't criticise. And they are a group of people who you can't criticise. And then other people, normal, everyday people, will fucking stand up and defend these fuckers. For what reason? Why? I don't... Mine can't go...
Wow. This one's wound you up, hasn't it?
It has, because I just don't... I am a kind of person who appreciates people for the merits and the things they do in life. So whether you were born... to a very humble family and made something of yourself, or became an important scientist, or even a sports person,
or a rock god,
whatever. Or you look at a lot of the really famous rock bands; a lot of them came from very, very humble beginnings. So
apparently there was a guy called Johnny B. Good, and he used to live in the woods. Continue. Sorry.
You love doing that. You love getting me off track.
Yeah, I do.
But all that these fuckers do is get born. That's it.
Yeah.
They're just born.
Born into privilege.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all they've got.
That's all you have to do, though. But that's it. Once you're born into that, the rest of your life's set. The rest of your life is set. The two boys did, like, when Diana died, like, that's rough. Losing your mother. Like, I've lost my mother. Losing your mother that early in life must be heartbreaking. And a friend of mine lost his mother today, so... I can understand that part of it and that human part of it, but it's just a life of privilege. You have to deal with... They're never going to have to deal with, do I have enough money to pay the electricity bill? How much...
No, they get the fucking taxpayers to pay it for them.
Is there any petrol in the car? Do we have a car? Why does all the money have Grandma's face on it? You know?
Yeah, it must be.
It's a whole different world. We'll never know.
Yeah, I'll never understand how it works, no. It's like when, like, those really, like I was telling you about Prince, how... That interview that Kevin Smith did with Prince. Prince, the artist Prince, not Prince Charles.
Not Prince.
No. So the artist formerly known as Prince. And he had a reporter, Kevin Smith, making a documentary which never came out. And Prince, at 3 o'clock in the morning, wanted a camel.
Like a cigarette or like an actual camel?
No, an actual real camel at 3 o'clock in the morning. And his PA basically said to him, look, Prince, I'm sorry, we can't get you a camel at 3 a.m. in the morning. And he couldn't understand why he couldn't get a camel at 3 a.m. in the morning. So that's one instance of where someone has got so much, that they can't understand why people wouldn't provide them with whatever they want right then and there.
I want a baby panda.
You want a baby panda?
I want a baby panda for the next podcast.
So I don't know if we've gotten anywhere with this, but we're getting towards the end of the half an hour. So we might maybe need to go over a little bit today.
The whole system is just wrong.
From coming from a country who isn't a Commonwealth country,
nope,
such as yourself, what are the attitudes? I mean, I could probably guess, but okay, tell me what you think the attitudes are in Ireland
towards the royal family.
Yeah,
bordering on disdain, bordering on hatred. Because of like their history and what they've done to us and how they've never always been so terribly British, it's nothing's ever their fault, they've never done anything wrong, they never seem to have done anything wrong, and nothing's ever accepted as their fault. And like what happened in Ireland in the 1800s was just despicable, and like the British Parliament and the British monarchy would have been completely aware of what that was going on. They make lords and they send them to Ireland and go, oh, you can have this part of the land, don't worry about the fucking locals, they'll die in a minute.
It was the same thing. Yeah.
So there's no place for them in my life, there's no place for them in my heart, there's no place for them in the world as I see it. And I think some monarchies are beloved. Some places love their kings. The king of Thailand died and the place went into mourning for like a year. And when you're not an absolute fuckhead, people will like you. But when you're a fuckhead and you breed other fuckheads and your fuckhead corporation makes $1 gazillion a year and is worldwidely loved, it's never going to fucking change.
Yeah. And a lot of people say, oh, now she's one of the richest people in the world. She actually isn't. She is very fucking rich. Very fucking rich. Actually, I didn't finish on my point.
But why? Why? What does she fucking do?
Yeah, no, it's because they own land. They're big landowners and they produce a lot of food and stuff on that.
Do you reckon she's got any money in her wallet?
Probably doesn't have a wallet.
Yeah.
But
I would like this. Hey, you footman person, go give that subhuman peasant some currency with my head on it, and I'll take that thing with me.
Yeah. It's this whole tradition thing. But when we were talking about the crown jewels before, now when we went to the Tower of London,
not we.
No, me and my family went to the Tower of London a few years ago, and we went into the room with the crown jewels in it.
You gave them money.
Yeah. They
to go and look at their wealth.
Yeah. And it's fucking
How
mad.
fucking ironic is that?
Yeah, it is ironic. I was just doing I didn't even book the trip, so it was all kind of booked for me. But
No,
from a historic point of view, I did find it interesting. But when I walked in there and I looked at all these jewels and I went, fuck, that one diamond could feed half of Africa. And you just going, and I actually physically felt ill.
Yeah,
and
good.
I had to leave because this idea, and it's probably, yes, Australia is a Commonwealth country and there are a lot of monarchists here, but I think Australians, particularly if you're from convict heritage and stuff like that, fucking, and I was talking to an English person who I know, did know, he's passed away now, and he said when he first came to Australia, he tried so hard to get back to England because everyone gave him a flogging for being a Pommy.
Good.
He went, fuck off, I am Pommy. And he tried to jump ships and everything to get back home because of the way he got into fights all the time. What's my point? My point is I don't think...
But you don't believe...
It's this love-hate thing Australians seem to have for the monarchy. On one hand, they love them, but on the other hand, they're going, fucking Pommy, fucking pompous cunts. I mean, that pompousness... Australians, the general Australian doesn't like pomp.
No.
I think.
There is an elitist
group there is
does.
some, but I'd say...
And if you think of all your armed forces, all that parade, it's all pomp and ceremony as well, and it's all connected to the royal family.
Yeah, I think and it's probably the same as Irish people growing up with when you don't. Okay, yeah, it's there in Australians, but it's not in our face every day like it is in England and stuff like that. And you and when you go there and you're confronted with it, and you just go, what a fucking load of wank this is.
I've just come up with
pomp and ceremony.
I've just come up with it's just hit me. The only reason Australia's still part of the Commonwealth, so you can go to the games and be one of the superpowers. Like America's not there, like the Olympics, and you can just go, right, we're going to win.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Us in Canada.
Yeah. Flog the fuck out of it.
Here's the thing, right?
I think you brought this up before.
The Commonwealth Games. It's is it England, Wales, and Scotland? Do they compete separately?
Yeah.
And then in the Olympics, it's Great Britain.
Yes.
So why? Well, do they switch? Why do they switch for the Commonwealth Games?
You're talking about unification stuff there. I don't know the reason.
Well, there's a strong push at the moment. This is slightly off subject, but it's not. It's kind of a people getting rid of the monarchy in a way of a united Ireland. There is whispers of it because Northern Ireland voted to stay in the EU, and now Britain and Boris is pushing the leave, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen on the 31st of October, and he doesn't give a fucking rat's arse. But even the Unionists, like the opposite side of the Republicans in the north, are going, do you know what? Maybe staying with Ireland's not a bad go, and that would remove the monarchy completely from Ireland.
Yeah,
which I think would be a great thing. But I'm just like, it's been peace since 1998, and it's about to get fucked. Anyway, that just went downhill real quick.
I'm actually thinking about it. I'm trying to think of, and...
we need a Celtic union. We'll bring Scotland in as well. Scotland,
Wales.
Ireland,
Wales.
Well, the Welsh are weird.
Prejudices coming out.
Welsh are Irish people that learn to swim and learn the language on the way over, underwater. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry to everybody in Wales.
Oh my God. The fucker that calls everyone else a racist was just incredibly racist. Anyway.
No, so I would, maybe we need a Celtic union and we fuck England and the monarchy. And then Australia becomes a republic. Why is Canada still in? Why is Canada still in?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Like even the Americans who are a certain race of people.
I've noticed you've got a bit of prejudice towards them too.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a prejudice against them.
Apart from everything that they've done.
I'm not prejudiced against Americans, just stupidity, and that tends to be most of them.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know if that's true, but anyway.
What, do they have a royal... Like, Oprah's their royal family.
Well, that does beg an interesting question. Is royalty... Again, do we need someone like that to look up to? Someone who influences... Someone who's perceived as a better person. Is...
But humans have done that all the way through history.
Oh, absolutely.
Somebody's in charge. You make the decisions.
Yeah. Figureheads. It's all about figureheads. Yeah.
Whether it's
the president or prime minister.
The prime minister in Ireland's called the Taoiseach, and that changes on a vote. But there's another guy who's the president, which is like the figurehead, and his name's Michael D. Higgins, and he's one of the most beloved people in Ireland. They love him.
Beloved?
Yeah. He travels the city on the local DART, Dublin Area Rapid Transit train system.
But does he make any decisions?
No, he's rubber stamps. He's the figurehead.
Yeah.
And there was a
It's like our Governor General, I guess.
Yeah. But he's elected too. Like, there's a general election to vote the president, but it's completely separate from party lines.
Okay.
And there was a music festival that was celebrating Irish music and bonfires. I can't remember what month it was. And he just turned up. He just turned up and lit one of the fires and went, "Come on," and danced around and played with the pagans. You know,
he's one of the people.
Yeah, he is. He's one of the people. Michael D. Higgins.
That's cool.
So, but you should be able to elect. You shouldn't just be. This shouldn't be thrust upon you.
No, they shouldn't.
And they get to make people fucking knights. Do you think she actually knows who these people are? I've given them Order of Australia. Who is it? I'd like to find out.
Yeah.
They just needed 5 medals.
Again, that's pomp and ceremony. At least, you know what, one thing I will say about that, at least the people that generally, I won't say all the people, but some of the people that do get those knighthoods and stuff, at least they've fucking done something with their life to be proud of, unlike them, who were just born into it.
Didn't Abbott try to give one to one of the royal family?
He tried to give some Order of Australia or something to Prince Philip. Like, if you're walking around like this, he's got so many fucking medals on his chest for doing fuck all.
So Prince Philip's got, they want to give you the Order of Australia, you go, where? Exactly. Who's the King of Australia? I don't know him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyway, this is probably the most agreement we've had.
I was going to say, the other one the other one I had in mind. No, I'm not going to say it because I'm going to save it for later. But no, we wouldn't necessarily. The other one would be more an opinion that I would want yours on.
Okay.
Your opinion on. But anyway, we're kind of over the half an hour mark there. So is there any? I don't know if we really covered what I didn't offer a lot of facts or a lot of.
It doesn't need facts. It's an ideal. The whole.
Because I like to present facts. You know, like they make this X amount of money and they own this amount of land, and so why is the UK, why UK people, giving their tax dollars to these fuckers who are so rich they won't need a cent from anybody for the next 100 years or 200 years, whatever, 300 years, millennium.
She'll still be alive,
probably. I just don't understand. Like someone we know said one day, he said, like in Australia, a lot of people talk about it, and in England, people go, they don't give a fuck. I don't know how true that is. I mean, there must be some people over there that are behind them.
But they're beloved in England. They absolutely love them.
Good for tourism, apparently.
Yeah, you get the doilies and the plates, and every time there's a wedding, like there's a mug, and you see them queued up on the street, and
it's mental.
Like,
I get it.
They get those guys with the big stupid fucking hats, do you know? The big black hats with the furry things on them.
The guards at the palace. Yeah.
So it's all smoke and mirrors. It's a fucking show.
Smoke and mirrors is like
it's a show. It's a TV show. They are a complete TV show.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. I don't know how much I can portray my disdain for these fuckers.
I don't have a lot of love for them either.
But it's just, people are giving them money every year. And when they come out here, they go, we'll go here, we go there, we go there. And like, you people are fucking paying for it.
Yeah. Paying
Let's
for it.
fuck them off.
Yep. Piss them off.
Right, I'm going to start a petition to fuck off the royal family. Can you make that happen? You do all this fucking shit.
I'll try.
All right, good. Thanks. We'll start with, first of all, Prince Charles can never be king.
I don't think he will anyway.
They should put the American girl in charge. What's her name? Merkel?
Merkel? I don't know what her name is.
I don't know. The last one married.
The fresh DNA.
Yeah, the American girl.
Yeah.
Put her in charge. See what the fuck happens. And let's fuck Boris while we're at it.
So on the other hand, I don't mind Boris. But anyway.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Anyway, we're going to wrap it up there for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as usual, give us a comment, a like, and hit the notification bell as well. And we'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks for listening. If you're a royalist or a monarchist and you're listening to this, fuck off.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.